If you're looking for a rental, if you're a landlord, or you'd like to become a landlord in Broward County, this is definitely the video for you today. Something we've never done on my channel. We're doing a Broward County rental market update. Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty, your greater Miami area real estate agent. And I'm really excited to be bringing you guys this today because, like I said, I've never done a video before for the Broward County rental market. I've done them for Miami-Dade, and they've been very popular. People really appreciate it or seem to appreciate it. It seems to be helpful. So that's what we're doing on this channel or on this video today. We're looking at price, we're looking at supply, demand, we're looking at everything you need to know in order to make an informed decision for yourself and for your family, whether you're a renter, landlord, or you'd like to be one of those things in the future. So we're gonna be looking at the data straight from the MLS. So, you know, this is better than what you'll find on like realtor.com or any other sites where they bring you data, because this is the exact accurate data and it's more up to date as well. You don't have to wait multiple months to get it. Now, looking at the number of closed rental transactions and closed price to original price ratio for Broward rentals, we notice something very drastic, something quite literally insane, which is the blue line that is for closed price to original price ratio. That's literally like off the charts. Now, closed price to original price ratio is taking the sold or rented price and dividing it by the original price from when a property first hit the market, and then averaging that across the entire rental market, okay? So basically it's the difference between what something was listed at versus what it actually sold for, and then the average of all the properties, you know, taking that into consideration. So as you can see, it's been at 100% and has been for every single month since February of 2020. What was happening around that time? Interesting, right? So the graph doesn't go past 100%, but basically, you know, we can assume that the average rental in Broward is either being rented at the original list price or greater, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. You know, even in Miami, this past July was 97.2% closed price to original price ratio. Now, there are maybe more landlords in Miami trying to push their prices against market value due to a perception that the demand will be, you know, greater, or, you know, be there to absorb those prices and then ultimately have to come down to reality. But either way, the Broward rental market is as hot as it gets, okay? And that is actually backed up by the number of rentals, okay? Now, that's our green line here. I know it says number of sales, but it's actually rentals or closed rental transactions. That's just the MLS being clunky. However, since February of 2022, we've seen a very pronounced increase in the number of closed rentals, okay? So that's right there. And, you know, although this July it came in at 2,008 transactions versus 2,205 in June for an 8.9% reduction right here of 197 units. The overall trend is definitely upwards, as you can see, since that trough or slump point that ended a year and a half ago. Now, on the sunny side of the Broward rental market here, the good side of things, we can see that there has been a huge increase in the number of active listings. This is also happening in Miami-Dade. So active listings is also another term for the supply, and a definite but slightly less pronounced increase has also occurred in the number of new listings, which is the blue line there. Active listings jumped from 183 units, they jumped by 183 units rather from June to July, right here. That's a 2.6% increase month over month. And that was from 7,020 to 7,203, okay? Year over year, however, we've seen a even much more substantial jump from, it was 3,007 units that it jumped of active listings from this July here. It was at 4,196 to now, again, 7,203, which is a, get ready for this, drum roll please, a 71.7% increase in inventory, okay? So we're gonna talk about what that might mean here in a second, but compared to the July of this low point area in July 2021 here, when there was only 2,549 actives, that's an increase of 4,654 units for rent, or 182.6% increase, okay? Now, number of new listings has also been on the rise, as you can see with the blue line there. July came in at 3,516 new units, which although it's a 99 unit reduction from June for which is a 2.7% decrease month over month, we see a 823 unit increase since last July over here, which is a 30.6% increase from 2,600, sorry, I'm pointing over there, right here, from this past July. It's a 2,693 unit increase, okay? And from that, same point there in July 2021, there was 1,939 new units. We've seen an 81.3% increase in new listings, okay? So now for the juicy stuff, all right? Which is median rental price and days on market. And it says median sale price, but again, it should say rental, but the MLS doesn't have variations for the names coded into the statistics program that way. So we do what we gotta do, all right? But I assure you it's rental price. Now, we see that the median rental price, which is our green line there, has been pretty stable, coming in at about $2,800, well, at $2,800 right there, literally as stable as a table for the past 4 months at $2,800. And it's been basically bouncing between the $2,800 to $2,900 range since July of 2021 over here. So a lot of stability in prices. Before that, it was more in the $2,500 to $2,600 range over here. And then, pandemic happened and, things got crazy. So, prices have definitely gone up, but not nearly as much as Miami's median rental price of $3,200 a month. So, Broward renters, rejoice. If you're a Miami renter, maybe think about Broward if you're trying to save some money. Now, average days on market, that's our blue line here, came in at 53 days on market, one less than June's 54 days, and 4 days more than the low point of this year over here, which was March when there was 49 days on market. Year over year, last July, we were at 36 days on market over here, which was 17 days quicker than it is now. So things have slowed up a little bit, but the market is definitely still super hot, okay? As evidenced by that closed price to original price ratio, right? Now, months of inventory is how long it would take to rent out the existing supply of rentals if no new inventory came onto the market. So we see that months of inventory is absolutely skyrocketing right now alongside with that increase in supply. However, it's still a pretty quick market at 4 months of inventory, up from 3 months of inventory last month, right? So from 3 to 4 right there, and that was just in 1 month. Last July, we saw 2 months of inventory over here, and then the July before that was 1 month of inventory, although it was probably much quicker than 1 month, considering how quickly the market was going back then, and the graph doesn't go below 1 month of inventory, but you can see right there, it's closer to the 1, but there was a lot of stuff going same day at that time. So talking about this whole supply, demand, prices, everything, if we do continue to see inventory increase quicker than the closed rental transactions, then we would expect months of inventory to also increase, right? So we are seeing that play out, and we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that on this channel. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely subscribe. If this video is helpful for you, which it's not over, but just saying, little PSA in the middle. If you found this data to be interesting or helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe. It's free. It costs you nothing. So what does this mean if you're a renter or a landlord in the Broward real estate market? Well, if you're a renter, you have a lot more options in terms of inventory. You don't necessarily have as much price control as you have in the Miami market in terms of the closed price to original price ratio. Basically, like in Broward, what it's listed for is almost certainly what it's going to get rented for. In Miami, there's a little bit of leeway, although the prices in Miami are a little bit higher, right? So, depending on where you're wanting to live, things to keep in mind. But in Broward, you definitely have more inventory, and it's, than you've had in the past few years. And, at the same time, you're also seeing that, the closed rental transactions, they're not keeping in line. They're not keeping up to pace with that inventory. So what does this mean? What it means is that if we continue to see the active inventory or the supply skyrocketing to the moon like Elon Musk and a Tesla, and we don't see those closed rental transactions catching up to the inventory, we're going to end up with a glut of inventory. And what it will probably mean is we'll start to see days on market going up even more than they already have, right? Because we've seen days on market go up since like basically a year ago, right? Since last July, we've seen days on market increase a lot. So if we continue to see this increased inventory and demand not keeping up with it, we'll expect to see days on market increase. And then, that closed price to original price ratio could maybe finally dip below 100%, giving buyers more, price control or power in the negotiations of rental prices rather. And we could end up where we have a glut of inventory and we actually see prices go down. Now, I'm not necessarily counting on that because as you've seen, prices are really stable. So it's going to definitely come down to a case-by-case basis, what property you're looking at, how long has it been on the market, what are the comparable values of other rentals in the area, because just because that closed price to original price ratio is 100% across the market doesn't mean that every unit is selling for or renting for the listed price. There's definitely some fluctuations there. Some are going less, some are going more, some are going at value, but it's a case-by-case basis. Somebody like myself, a real estate professional, can help you navigate those waters as well as all the other, facets of securing a good rental during the process. So, feel free to reach out to me. And I can help you out for sure, or a member of my team. And, if you're a landlord in this market, you got to realize that, as you saw, it's very important with this increased inventory. You got to stay ahead of the game. The last thing you want as a landlord or a seller of property, in the same boat, similar concept, you don't want to be chasing the market down. So if rental prices do start to decline, which you'll know first before anyone else if you subscribe to my channel, but you want to be aware of what's happening with prices in the market, aware with what's happening with inventory, supply, demand, all of these things. Because if you're shooting for the moon with your prices and the unit's not getting rented out within, that sort of 50-day on market point that we've discussed in this video, then you're doing something wrong. Your rental is priced too high. Now, so if you want to turn your unit over in less than a month, which is going to, basically afford you the opportunity of not losing as much money as you could if it sat for longer, right? Then you're definitely going to want to price the property correctly, have the correct marketing done that really, highlights the property. And you're going to want to make sure to work with somebody competent who can be reliable, communicative, professional, and good at negotiating, good at all the details of contracts and knowledgeable, so forth, to make sure that you get a good renter in that property and that you do so in a timely manner, that they're able to show the property as much as possible, et cetera, right? So that's me. If you want to work with me, all my contact info is in the description down below. Would love to help you guys out, whether you're a renter, a landlord, or you'd like to be one of those, or even if you just want to buy and sell and maybe you just clicked on this video because you thought it'd be interesting. Anyway, whether you're in the Miami or the Broward market, I or a member of my team can help you out. So reach out to me. All my contact info is in the description down below. Really appreciate you guys watching the video and checking it out. And especially for those of you who have subscribed and those of you who have liked the video, and share this video with somebody who might be looking to get a new rental property or who might be looking to rent a new property for themselves. And also drop in the comments if you have any requests of certain communities in Broward that you would like me to do market analysis for. Drop them in the comments down below. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty, your greater Miami area real estate agent. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.